Whew. So right now, I'm sitting inside a truck. I don't know how cold outside, but it's cold. It's raining. It's muddy. And I think my boots may or may not be soaking up water. I'm not sure. My toes feel a little bit moist, but I don't think I have major, leakage going through. Which is good, because one thing I've learned is one of the worst feelings ever is wet feet with shoes on. I used to hate I take that back. I still hate getting my feet wet while working. It's one of the most depressing, demotivating things I can think of, as far as I know. It's that feeling of taking a step and feeling that squish with your sock and your insole, and it's to add to the fact that it's cold, it just makes it so depressing. It really takes the positivity out of you when that's really all you can think of, because every single step you take is a squish and just a general feeling of not being dry. But I've learned that no matter how unfavorable, how nasty a situation can be, eventually it's going to end. Eventually you're going to be able to, in my case, take off your boots and take off your socks, take a shower, and just dry off. And on a side note, my mom always told me that if you got your hair wet when it was raining, or if you were outside and it rained and whatnot, you always had to take a shower afterwards, because if not, you'd get sick. I'm not really sure what's behind that superstition, but that's just what she told me. She said you'll get sick if you're outside in the rain and you don't take a shower. I don't know, maybe there's something with it, but take it for what it is. But getting back to the point, no matter how bad your situation is, no matter how wet your feet may get, eventually they're gonna get dry. Eventually, the sun's gotta come out, and in this case, it's still early in the morning, so the sun hasn't risen yet. Or maybe it has, it's just behind some clouds. But it's there. It's gonna show up eventually. Just remember that when you're going through a tough situation. Just remember that the sun is always gonna shine eventually. Every once in a while, I remember a quote from Tom Hanks. I don't know what movie it is, but somewhere along the line he said, no matter what, the sun will rise. And, that kind of stuck with me, and it may not even be the same exact quote. I don't quote my quote, but the concept was that bad times don't last forever. I mean, you're going to get through it, just depending on how you choose to deal with it is up to you. Just tough it out. Sometimes it's not, obviously it's not easy, but just remember to keep your head up. Just remember that things will get better in time. They always will. Maybe not how you see it. Maybe the outcome isn't what you expected or planned for, but that's just another way of helping you adapt. And that's another main thing too, is adapt. Just make sure you're flexible in life. Don't always think that everything is going to go your way. No matter how much right you do, things will go wrong. So how you deal with it, that's you. Not everything can bend to your will, no matter how strong your willpower is. So you just have to, roll with the punches sometimes. No matter how many things you do right, things can always go wrong. And they call those accidents. But anyway, just remember to stick through it. You know, don't let tough times bring you down. And always remember that, you know, everybody's got a certain bar set for essentially misery. The higher you set yours, it's, you know, it ends up being better in the long run. It kind of helps build character. I always tell myself that my bar for misery is set pretty high. You know, I've been cold before. I've had wet feet before. I've had both at the same time. You know, I've been muddy. I've been, you know, in worse situations than this. So I got through it, and here I am, doing it all over again. So if I can do it once, I can do it again. So just take that for what it is and stay strong.